200. Peruggia joined by Vassogeist and Mission Vision back on the inside is driving through. Mission Vision just in front of Vassogeist, and Peruggia's lifting again. Peruggia up to Mission Vision at the 50, then L Street. It's a good go. Peruggia lifted by Williams and won it.
Welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti, and we're at Forest Lodge, Darren Weir's stables in Ballarat, and we're standing out the front of Peruggia's box, and we just gave him a little pat Pete after his very good win yesterday at Sandown.
Yeah, he's been a bit of a snob at the moment. He's talking to his mate next door, but this area Darren used to call Toorak, and I think it was the city winners of the good horses coming here, so he's progressed up the line, Darren.
Well, I'd rather be in here than outside in those yards on this weather in Ballarat, but you can just see him there wandering around behind us. He's having a drink and he's having an eat, so he's obviously taken no home from yesterday's run.
No.
Anyway, let's go back and run through all last week's runners, Pete. Where do you want to start?
We'll go way back to Thursday. Sale, we had Rocket Cod on the turf over 14. It was an improved effort from what we'd seen at Pakenham, but jury's still out. He's still
struggling to win a race, this horse, after having big raps on him early. He doesn't seem to go in the wet. He doesn't seem to go on the synthetic. He's just got a lot to learn, and we're going to try him over a bit further. But I think if he could happen to win a race, tip him out and bring him back as a 3-year-old would certainly be the way to go.
Yep, agree. That night, the old boy Sizemos, he racked up another win for us, and since then, obviously, as the owners know, he was bought that night after the race. But
yeah, he won a claimer over there in France, and that was his third go there, and he's won 2 out of 3, and he got claimed. So it was quite interesting, actually. The process is over there, you put him in these claiming races, and then someone lodges a claim, and then apparently, I didn't know this, but you have the right to defend it.
Yeah.
So straight after the race, the trainer rang me and he said, "Would you like to defend the claim, Darren? Would you like to defend the claim?" And I said, "No, let him go." And to which he replied, "What? Take the head strap off and let him go." "I can't do that. I can't do that." And then I had to explain, no, let him buy him.
I don't think he bought our lingo.
No, you have to be careful what you say. Let him go. Literally, he was going to let him go at the racetrack.
Talking about letting go, he let go in the straight when he won the race.
Wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Size must have old.
It was quite funny for those who watched the race. They split into 2 groups around the back, and he went 20 wide with the other group, and then he just powered away and won by 3 or 4. So
it was a good win.
It was great for the owners and good to see. So he's finished. The guy that claimed him over there, he's going to leave him with Hank, who's done a magnificent job. So he'll probably have 3 or 4 runs this season, and then he'll be retired. So that's what I understand. So it was good to go out a winner, and
he was a group winner for us.
Yeah, he was a group winner back in the day. But I wish I had sent him to Germany a couple of years earlier.
From there we moved to Friday. We had My Shiny Choice run, terrific third after not a lot of luck from the gate.
Just the wide gate at Geelong beat him. It was an outstanding run to run third, and I think if you put him inside a nice gate, he wins. So he's come back super, and you'd have to think he's going to be hard to beat next start.
Yeah, for sure. Then we rolled into Saturday where things didn't really go too well for us. Apart from, we'll start with the best run of the weekend with Sar Plain, who was second over 1400 at Wodonga with Jack Hill riding. Yeah,
well, he was terrible first prep. At Terang as a colt, ran last and had to be gelded and put out for a long time. And he's come back, and his trials have been fair, but once we got him out to the right distance in race conditions, he powered to the line to run second. I know I told all the owners that if he could beat a few home, given it was a wet track, he'd be going well, and if he sort of finished in the first half, we'd be wrapped. So to run second, we're delighted, and I think he's a nice stayer in the making. Yeah,
Jack thought he could halve that margin, just got held up a bit on the turn, but overall, a big tick. We also had Propensity there, who, as the owners know, she's been retired.
Yeah, no good. Was with Darren Weir. Sent to Josh Julius just to put her in the weaker grades, but that didn't work. So yeah, she's been retired. She's not going to pay away, so she'll be going through the August sale. And I suppose we might as well move on to Ready Cash.
Similarly with Ready Cash.
Yeah, Ready Cash is just not made to be a racehorse. Can't stand up to the rigours of the training, and that was obvious on Saturday. So yeah, once again she's been retired, and she heads off to stud.
Is the
big colt,
moment.
The big colt is likes to look at you. Don't upset the horse. Yeah. Leave him alone.
Teach me how to win.
Yeah. Got a better head than us.
Yeah. Heads for radio. We had Clevo at Flemington. Just slow tempo of the race, Darren. Finished 8th.
Yeah, look, his run was all right. That was a pretty good race. I mean, the favourite's been talked about in Melbourne Cup circles. You know, our horse is a old-fashioned staying handicapper.
Yep.
But what happened there on Saturday was it was blown a gale, so what they did was they went really slow early, running sectionals around at 13 and a half, and then sprinted home. So he's run home in, you know, 44 and a bit, 33 and a bit, and under 12. So his sectionals were outstanding, but it was too hard to make ground. And, you know, so look, he wasn't beaten that far, and he'll get his chance back in 78 grade in 3 weeks' time. Plenty. Hey?
We also ventured across the border to your favourite area of late, in Morphettville, where Stringer Bell, things didn't pan out there, and we know the story with him now. He's out in the paddock, but he ran 7th.
Why do you run 7th, Pete?
I didn't see the race, Darren, but I'm going off your reports. We never utilised the alley, probably, and that little Morphettville's Parks track doesn't suit horses getting back and running on.
I don't know why we bother going to Adelaide. It costs a lot of money.
We had a couple of Group 1s there once.
They never win.
And a Group 2.
It's harder than you think. But that Parks track is really leader biased, and I suppose when that rider takes it 4 back the fence on a tight track.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Do I need to say anything else?
No. Apart from the fact he's at a paddock, and we've got a strategy plan ahead for him, hopefully, down the track.
Yeah, well, he didn't pull up any good after that, so he's gone to the paddock, and we'll train him different next prep. But yeah, that was what you just call a disaster.
Yep, no more needs to be said. That's Saturday, so it wasn't a good Saturday, but on the Monday we've seen Revolutionary at Swan Hill run a lovely little debut run. He ran 5th, probably made up 6 or 8 lengths in the last couple hundred metres.
Yeah, first starter by New Approach, a homebred. He's a horse that has been trialling around, hasn't really shown a lot, been trialling with Star Plane actually.
Yeah.
Hadn't done a lot in the trials, but just need to get racing. Part of the problem is a lot of these horses can't show anything over 900 or 1,000, and you just can't get a gauge on them. Get them out to their first start over 12 or 14, and then they can show you what they can do. And you know, he was out the back and couldn't get to the outside really, and couldn't get a run, and ducked back to the inside and charged through to run 5th, and probably, you know, one to follow out of that race.
Yeah. Darren Ware said he really misses, with these type of horses, being able to use Terang and Camperdown, those bigger tracks.
Especially this time of year.
This time of year. So, you know, we're working against, you know, well, not against the trend, but it makes
the
it
weather.
hard.
We just can't do it.
Weary said we just got to get him to the races. So.
Yep, no, he was a good run.
Yep. Yesterday we had man of the moment, Peruggia. 150, Darren. I thought if he was top 5, it would be a good result. And then he kept sticking his big bib out.
Well, he went forward. Craig rode him and went forward on him. And, you know, as you say, the 200 is gone. He was 100 to 1 to run top 6. And I thought, oh, well, he's going to get run over here. He'll be going to the paddock. And then apparently he just saw the horse on his inside and he rallied and charged back and picked him up and won. And, you know, there was a couple of big goes in that race on a pretty expensive fastneck colt. And he loomed up, looked the winner, but ran out of gas. He'd be one to follow. But this guy was outstanding, like having his, 7th or 8th run?
7th or 8th run as a 2-year-old.
As a 2-year-old. And
off a 5-week break.
Yep, he's won too. So he was unlucky early, but just looking at him here, he's taken no harm from the run. He's eaten up, apparently trotted up good, and he'll go to Flemington in a couple of weeks and contest probably, what is it, 100 grand race?
120 grand, yeah.
120 grand race at Flemington. So I'm sure all those owners that were cheering and so excited yesterday, they're in for a good ride.
Scrub up, get the suits out, and away we go. Yeah.
The girls can get the dresses out and put the lippy on.
Away we go.
Should be a good day.
Oh,
can't wait.
Exciting times. And
He's
I think
lovely horse. It's got a great head on.
I think it's Darren Weir's got the new farm up in Malden, and it's going to be a bit of a template for a lot of horses. And
it's
a great training effort.
Yeah, he can freshen them there, and he's got his sand track there, and can't use the genes at Warrnambool, so he's come up with another plan, and he's 1 for 1.
And a good plan going from Geelong to Sandown. We were going to go to Geelong originally, so it's all worked well. We also had High Largo, and if there's ever been a better losing ride, I think Joe Marrera may put his hand up with Heartbreak City, but it was an outstanding ride, and she just failed.
Well, I don't know how he got it from that wide gate onto the fence so easily. and travelled beautiful, gave her the run of the race, but unfortunately Mick had just had one that was better, and it got us, and she fought back. I thought she was going to run fifth, and then she had to check off heels and charged and got second. We're just trying to win a city race with her before she goes to stud, so we've got one more go to do that in 3 weeks' time, and hopefully we can go one better.
That thing at Kent's actually knocked us off at Bendigo too with Serious Witness.
Make serious witnesses for them.
Well, we'll get her to a maiden somewhere, so that's it. That's our runners. So a couple of winners, a couple of really nice runs from...
A few debuts. And a few retirements. Not so good.
Yeah. Leaves us with 48 winners, Darren, and a double barrel with 2 bullets in it.
Well, we had 7 runners, Pete.
I know.
And they've all... She's Our Star's gone to the paddock with a temp.
Virus getting around.
That's in Queensland. Here, Tintaglia couldn't run.
Here the Fox.
Here the Fox couldn't run. Serious Witness couldn't run.
Yeah, so...
I was going to Echuca with 2 good chances, nothing. So now here we are with 2 runners left for the season, sitting on 48.
Both at Geelong tomorrow.
No pressure on Craigenair or Galileo's Pearl tomorrow.
Or Kent or the Hay Stable.
No, they'll feel no pressure. Anyway, let's go through those runners.
Yeah, so, well, Craigenair, after a really, really good win in the benchmark 58, is up in grade but down a kilo, 58 to 64. But gee, you have to taste the toss on last win.
$4 favourite. I don't know. Can he win?
Oh, I think he can.
Will the real Craigenair turn up?
Well, I think the thing is, the way they're riding him now, you need a little bit of racing like, don't you? You know, you want a bit of tempo on it. Geez, if he gets it.
Riding quiet at Geelong.
Worked last
it's a worry.
time.
It's a worry.
It is a worry because it's not till that last 100 that
drawn
you
in
pick
too.
Up. Yeah, well, yeah.
Anyway, Michael Walker's back. Is it Michael Walker? No, Corey Parrish is riding him.
Yes, he rode him well last time. So
fingers crossed.
Yeah, and Galileo's Pearl, who Walker did ride, was good at Maui.
On the wet?
On the wet, but
back
we're back to synthetic. But
if he runs the way he did at Maui, he'll be in the race too.
Well, it's got to be fitter.
I
think we definitely go there with 2 live chances. But gee,
2 each way chances.
How often do you get a double?
It's very hard.
Yeah, but and that's it. That's it for the season. So
and no runners Sunday, no runners Monday, and then
Tuesday,
August the 1st, the horse's birthday, Pete.
Yeah, got the candles out.
And we'll be going to Warrnambool.
Silver Stratum, same race class as we was beaten last time.
You like talking about Silver Stratum, don't you?
No, you brought it up.
You love this horse, don't you?
Well, I love him if he wins.
Hey?
What's he had? 6 places in a row? 3
Reminds
seconds?
me of that bloke that plays for Hawthorn, Isaac Smith.
Keeps missing the target.
Yeah, keeps kicking points to win games.
Well, he's paying his bills if nothing else, so anyway.
Silver Stratum keeps running placing.
Keeps running placing. Bridesmaid.
Carrying a lot of weight.
What, me?
Yeah, and Roger Gleeson.
60 other riders.
So anyway, look, we'll see what happens. He gets his chance to win on Tuesday, doesn't he? But we haven't seen the field, so we don't know yet.
No.
But anyway, he's going there with a chance. Ready?
Dasher Maple.
Dasher Maple's going there.
She's at 1400 Class 1. Which
her run was good last time.
Yeah, it was a fillies and mares, as opposed to this will be a Class 1, so it'll be open, but it's only for horses that have won one race, so it's probably no stronger than Ballarat. Probably might even be a little bit weaker.
And it's wet.
And 14.
Loves it.
1400, that'd be the key one.
I reckon it should be 6 to 1.
Yeah, and great each way chance. Because I think Warrnambool's a heavy 10 now. And
hello, mate. There you go. Gee, he looks good in the eye, doesn't he?
He's making our heads look ordinary too, I reckon, Darren.
Lovely horse. I bought him out of the paddock, you know, up in New South Wales.
How quiet is he for a colt?
Yeah, well, he obviously doesn't fancy you, Pete.
No. Where are we?
He's gone.
Yeah, I've lost.
Pressing matters.
Yeah, but he's in a highway there, but the preference is to go to Maui the following Saturday.
Righto.
And apart from that, that covers them all.
No more runnings for the week?
No.
That we know of?
Well, we get to Wednesday, and that, I think, is sales. So
I don't think we'll be going to sale, no. All right, well, that's a quiet week. So only, the 5 runners coming up for the week, probably at this stage? I know at the end of next week, our Melbourne Cup prospect, Tiberian, will be racing at Goodwoods in the Group 3, so we'll be looking forward to that.
Yep.
But at the moment, this whole week...
Yogi, we look forward to that the following Saturday.
Yep. At the moment, it's all about Peruggia. And if you ever want to see a nice quiet colt with a lovely head and a great eye, who's pretty relaxed about his life, have a look at this bloke.
To the left of me.
Makes us look very ordinary. Until next week, I'm Darren Dance with Peter Morganti and Spider, Peruggia, at the Darren Weir Complex. Good luck with your punting. My best for the week would have to be Silver Strata.
I'm going the double at Geelong.
Double at Geelong.
Let's bugger that, isn't it?
That's, at least this will be going out after the races.
See yous.
Good go, Peruggia lifted by Williams and won it.